Good morning, sports fans, and happy Easter! That is right, ladies and gentlemen. We are on Easter Sunday, the day that our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, gave His only begotten Son to die for our sins. And for that, we thank the man above. We say all glory to God for giving us everything that we have each and every week, including our lives, our loved ones, all the wonderful things we have going on, and of course, our sports. Just saying, y'all, shout out to the man upstairs. Without him, none of this, none of anything, none of us would be possible. So once again, big shout out to the man above, and of course, big shout out to all of you out there. It is Easter Sunday, and we have another great show ready to rock and roll for you guys. Oh yeah. Let me just say this. Oh my goodness. We have had some great sports, haven't we, in the last week? My apologies, I know. Wasn't on last week. Definitely had a lot going on, a lot to deal with. It's pretty awesome. Celia and I are getting married in less than a month. If you didn't hear our show yesterday, sports couple perspective for the first time in 2 months, so we are back on air. We're happy for that. But of course, we've got plenty to get into today, as we are talking about that NBA playoff. Oh my goodness, the playoffs are here. And the play-in tournament was pretty cool. Awesome tournament. And there's a few teams in particular that are just climbing the ladder right now. So, amazing stuff. The first round was yesterday. Well, the first game 1 of round 1. And the other one is coming up in just about 2 hours. So, really excited for that. NHL. Well, we're a little ways from the playoffs, but man, we are coming on up. Man, that is a long season. I think it should be a little shorter, it seems to me. But, man, what a season that NHL season has turned out to be. My team, Inter Milan, comes a little bit closer in the city. But then AC Milan pulls away. Gosh dang it. In the MLB, some teams are getting real hot and real early. Rockies, Dodgers, Giants. Oh, wait a minute. They're all in the same division. Yeah, that's the NL West. Just saying. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a fun division to cover this year. Also, English Premier League. Lots of action going on there. Manchester City and Liverpool still going head-to-head there. And, of course, plenty more. We got some NASCAR. We got Formula 1, IndyCar, all the goods. You are listening to Defining Moment right here on IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's good, fight fans? It's your boy, Marcus Los Great, here to give you what you want, here to give you what you need. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm coming to you live, straight from your mama's basement with a crispy, awesome white tea. We are coming to you live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Oh my goodness, we got a show to get to today, so let's get right on into it. For those of you who don't know, we had a little scuffle last night. We had a little fight between a man named Errol Spence Jr. and your Dennis Ugas. Ugas, a very worthy opponent. Spence Jr., a champion. Well, these two men would meet up in the ring last night, and well, we had two champs with one man walking out with multiple belts. Guess what? Errol Spence Jr. got it done. This man is unreal. 10th round TKO victory. He unifies 3 of the 4 major welterweight titles, you guys. What a scene it was at AT&T Stadium last night. And Errol Spence Jr. is the man in the welterweight right now. But will he get Crawford? Of course, courtesy there of the ESPN.com. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, Crawford, Spence. We're sick of waiting. The WBO champion, Terrence Crawford, is a machine. The young man out of Nebraska has proven to be one of the best fighters in the world. But Errol Spence Jr. ain't too bad himself, alright? This guy has beaten everyone he's faced. This man is unreal. The welterweight division is about as competitive as it gets. Will Errol Spence Jr. get Crawford? Will it be a bad idea? Will Crawford defeat Spence and take all 3 of his belts? Or will Spence collect the final belt he has been seeking. This is going to be unreal. Errol Spence Jr. wants Crawford. I hope Crawford wants Spence. This will be a battle, and I am very excited when it does happen. Oh yeah! Marcus Love's great, as you heard right now in that commercial drop. Well, check him out, of course, every Wednesday evening here on IE Sports Radio. Much like this Wednesday evening as he talks about this fight, because man, he's gonna have a lot to say. And let's see who he thinks will win that battle. Overall, this is a battle that we are all excited to see. And there is one more coming up. Actually, next week, we've got Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte. Let's see how things go in the fight world. But now, it's time to switch it on over to a little bit of baseball. Oh my gosh. You guys, the terrorizing terror, if you will, of the MLB at the moment is going to be the NL West. There are three teams in that division that have 6 wins already. You do realize that there's only 2 more teams in the entire MLB who currently have 6 wins. That'll be the Mets in the NL East, and that'll be the White Sox in the AL Central. It's kind of cool to see that the West is so powerful. I hate to say it, we may just turn into, Rockies doing their thing and falling apart at some point, and having it become Dodgers and Giants for the second half of the season, or maybe even down the stretch. But I don't want that. I would love to see the Padres in the mix too. The Padres are 5-5. I'm just saying, it'd be nice to see a very, very tight division in the West this year. I'd love to see it. As for the Diamondbacks, they're in 5. Poor guys. But can they catch fire? It's a very competitive division, so looking forward to that. Also, here we guys, with the series of the week for this week, Braves and Padres. Friday night this thing began. Actually, no, Thursday night it began. And this was a blowout, man. But the Padres laid it on the Braves 12-1. Absolutely destroyed that team. The very next day, the Braves will take it to the Padres. Wouldn't necessarily be the same outcome, but 5-2, pretty solid victory there. And then yesterday, 5-2 again. The Braves will duplicate that victory. And there we have it, you guys. The Braves looking to take it all today. After they were absolutely destroyed on Thursday, and there will be Game 4 of this 4-game series, of course. Coming up tonight for our Easter edition of Sunday Night Baseball. Who will it be? We shall find out. Big ups to Mr. Davidson Crooks in the chat room, by the way. Thank you for tuning in, man. We got some basketball coming up in just a few moments. Davidson Crooks is the host of one of the hosts of our basketball show. Maybe or maybe not going on live tonight. It's Easter, so hey, give our hosts some kickback there. But going back into baseball, we are talking some college baseball. We're getting closer and closer to the Women's College World Series coming up in May. And as of right now, the women's leader, Omaha, 36-0, you guys. This team has been on a terror. They have been on the warpath. And, getting it done one game at a time. Very solid team. And we've known Oklahoma to do this over and over and over and over. However, this past weekend, Texas will claim a victory over the Oklahoma team. Oh yeah. Undefeated no more. Texas knocks off Oklahoma 4-2. And that doesn't mean anything for Oklahoma. That just means they lost. But what does that mean for Texas? I mean, don't forget the day before Oklahoma did destroy Texas 9-1. So, overall, and then before that, 3-0 on Thursday. So Oklahoma has gotten the better of Texas. Oh my goodness. To think, if Oklahoma would have, that's their only loss this season. Imagine that, right? Regardless, though, we will not get a game. I wish we had a game for it, but of course, no game today. Oklahoma still proving they're number 1. But once again, what does that say for number 18, Texas? Will they move up? We shall find out. With that, of course, the series of the week. The top 5 here: Oklahoma, Alabama, Virginia Tech, Florida State, and UCLA. Solid series. Who will find their way into the Women's College World Series coming up? We have just a few weeks to get ready for that. And I'll tell you right now, we are going to have a ball in this World Series. So many solid teams. And, like I said, we're getting ready and set, you guys. And then there was college baseball. All right. You gotta excuse me on college baseball. Haven't paid as much attention as I need to be. But you guys, Tennessee, they are 31-1. This team has been eating everybody up. I am so excited for Rocky Top because, damn it, they don't ever get anything. They don't. When's the last time you've seen Tennessee win anything? It's been a while, you guys. So, this past week, Tennessee has hit a few roadblocks. Nothing too serious, okay, nothing too terrible here. But on Friday, Tennessee would actually fall to number 24 Alabama 6-3. It's their first loss of the season. And then yesterday, Tennessee would get their revenge, winning 9-2 over number 24 Alabama. Tomorrow, or today as a matter of fact, in just about 2 hours, just under 2 hours, they will take on Alabama again. And, in a rubber match. And even if they lose this, I don't think they'll drop. But, once again, just like Texas in softball, what does that say for Alabama in baseball? The Crimson Tide, pretty solid basketball team, football team, pretty much everything. But will they rise if they were to beat this? And how far will they jump? The Men's College World Series is a little further out. Definitely not as close as the Women's College World Series. But 2 hot teams right here. What does it mean? What does it mean? Oh, man. Well, we will find out. Current top 5 in college baseball at the moment go a little something like this: Tennessee, Miami, Oregon State, Texas Tech, and Oklahoma State. Of those teams, who will be one of the top dogs in, of course, the College World Series? Who will even make it? We'll find out. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the defining moment right here on this beautiful Easter Sunday. I'm going to take myself a quick break. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the defining moment right here on this beautiful Easter Sunday, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Harrison Glazer, and we're coming at you from the Show That Never Sleeps podcast. I cover the Jets, the Islanders, the Nets, and the Yankees.
This is Pierre Moss, and I cover the Mets, Knicks, Rangers, and the Giants.
Our show is live every Wednesday through Spreaker and a bunch of other ways to get our content. Again, we're the Show That Never Sleeps podcast. We talk about all those New York sports. It's a lot of fun. We get into all of it. Please tune in. Again, that's Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
And we look forward to having you guys right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Shores of the Puget Sound to the rushing waters of the Columbia River, stretching across the Great Cascades, and on IE Sports Radio lives the Northwest Territory Sports Show, hosted by me, Brad Buckingham. On this show, I cover all the great collegiate and professional sport teams that we have here in the Pacific Northwest. Of course, I'm talking about the Seattle Seahawks, Seattle Mariners, Sounders, and even the Seattle Kraken. But I can't forget all of that is good in Oregon either. I got the Trailblazers, the Oregon Ducks, the Beavers, even the Timbers, and much, much more. You can listen to the show every Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern, noon to 1 p.m. Pacific on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
It's IE Sports Radio. It is your direct feed for all that is sports. It is Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris every Tuesday night right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris is the most comprehensive view on Philadelphia sports exclusively right here on IE Sports Radio. You know what it is, your direct feed for all that is sports. Tuesday night, IE Sports Radio, Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris.
What is going on, everybody? This is Ben Matello, the host of the Yinza Report, right here on IE Sports Radio. I'm bringing you the latest in the Steel City, the City of Champions, from the Steelers, the Penguins, the Pirates, as well as the college game with both Penn State and Pitt. You could join me every Tuesday afternoon at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right here on IE Sports Radio, where I'll be talking about everything from the Steel City, the City of Champions, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That's correct, ladies and gentlemen. IE Sports Radio. Sorry about that. My throat just feels like acting up this morning, so my apologies. But IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We welcome you back as we get excited to switch gears into some auto sports. I hope you're ready, because we got some good stuff coming up here. Lots of weeks off, of course. Formula One will not be live this week, but we're going to get back in action next week. I really like what's going on right now because Ferrari's winning. But can Ferrari keep it as we go racing coming up next week? super excited for next week's race, of course. And we are looking at a standings right now that I feel are just probably going to be the most competitive we've seen in years. Red Bull's actually firing right now. They're on it. Sergio Perez is showing that he's solid. Max Verstappen actually trailing him at the moment. But overall, we know Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull, that's pretty much going to be the top 6. We know that for a fact. But I'll tell you, we certainly have a solid, and I'm talking about solid race start so far. Leclerc leading with 71 points. He's looking pretty darn good this year, taking 2 of the 3 races, and then Verstappen taking 1 of them. Constructors right now, Ferrari leads with 104 points. But that just goes to show us that I think we're going to have a lot of competitiveness in this season. I don't think it's going to be one driver running away with everything. Kind of weird to see Lewis Hamilton right now in 5th place. We know that's going to change because the man's a legend. So we shall see how that turns out. Moving forward, we also have, coming up in just a few weeks here, the Grand Prix of Alabama over at Barber. Alex Palou won this thing. Of course, it's IndyCar now. We switch around kind of quick, so sorry about that. But that is coming on up here, as you know. Newgarden leads the points as of right now, 118 points. And McLaughlin second with 113, followed with 103. Pretty cool to see him so high up. Of course, from champ there in IndyCar. Will Power with 102, and then Scott Dixon with 83, the 5-time champion. Can he get number 6 this year? We'll find out. Also in NASCAR, believe it or not, we're going racing today, you guys. Yeah, how about that? NASCAR went to Bristol Dirt today. Oh yeah, man, the dirt track is crazy. We're gonna get that today. That's right. So NASCAR fans, my goodness, my throat is not agreeing with me today. My apologies, you guys. NASCAR fans, get ready. We got Bristol Dirt coming up. Oh my goodness, I am like so sick of my voice. My apologies, you guys. NASCAR Bristol Dirt coming up today. Joey Logano won this thing last year. What will we get this year? We shall see. So, we got all of that good stuff. And then, of course, all you diehard NHRA fans. No racing this weekend, but we get back at it in the Spring Nationals coming up next weekend. Houston, Texas, Spring Nats. It has been great racing this year, you guys. Really great racing. And Top Fuel, Mike Salinas actually up there in the top 3 with 297. Brittany Force with 300 and Steve Torrence with 304. That's exciting. It's so early in the season, I know. But of course, my driver Brittany Force is up there in the top 3 of Funny Car. Matt Hagan, former voice here on IE Sports Radio. Matt Hagan, 395. Robert Height with 385. And Ron Capps with 354. Over to Pro Stock, Aaron Stanfield with 349, Eric Enders with 346, and Dallas Glenn with 272. And then we head over to the bikes. Joey Gladstone with 70, Angie Smith with 90, and Karen Stouffer with 110. The ladies right now atop of the bikes. So, once again, we go racing next week in Houston, Texas for the Spring Nats. Spring is in the air, you guys. So, I mean, apparently it is. My goodness, I don't even have allergies, but apparently allergies are hitting me right now with my voice. So my apologies, you guys. But we certainly have some great racing to go. And I, for one, am very excited. Hopefully you guys are as well. So, let's go ahead and switch it on up into a little bit of soccer, shall we? So, over the last couple of weeks, the MLS has really been a lot of fun to watch. If you're not an MLS fan, I suggest you start to enjoy it. It's a very fun league. Lots and lots of competition. And overall, you see teams emerge kind of like, I don't know, freaking Austin. Yeah, Austin FC, looking at you, homeboy. We're looking at them. Last time I was on 2 weeks ago, Austin FC wasn't even, I mean, they might have been somewhere up there, and I get it, we're only 7 games in. But, oh my gosh, you guys, they came out of nowhere in the West. LAFC was leading last time, and now Austin is 1 point ahead of them with 14. So wherever they came from, oh my gosh. But yeah, so at the moment, we got some pretty good games. Yesterday, my goodness, I guess if any of them have to stand out, it would have to be, there were so many yesterday, but it was a dogfight. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. Austin FC, solid game yesterday. In the 90th minute, Ruben Gabrielson will score, and Austin FC will defeat DC United 3-2 on the road. I'm pretty sure I have to put them ahead of everybody else, but man, what a job. And what a league. I'm telling you guys, once again, if you guys aren't fans of it, you might want to become fans. So, with that said, the ladies also have quite a league called the NWSL. And those ladies get underway on the 29th. We're like a week and a half away, almost 2 weeks away, 2 weeks from last Friday. And I just give you guys, like, seriously, do your best to enjoy some of the soccer. Got a new team, looks like Angel City this year. I think they're ready to take on former champions, not of last year, but former champions of the NWSL, the North Carolina Courage. And I'll tell you right now, this is great soccer, so enjoy the ladies. Don't forget, the USA ladies are like top world class. I mean, awesome stuff there. But let's go around the world now. Around the world in soccer, or at least around Europe for a little bit. We have the English Premier League, where the league is basically almost over. We got a month to go. And Manchester City and Liverpool. We know it's down to these two teams this past weekend. Man, how about this? This past weekend, or yesterday, if you will. Man City. Actually, no, I'm sorry, not yesterday. Today, of course, Wolves and Man City was postponed. My apologies. I'm thinking about last week. They had the draw. It was a great game. So last time they played each other, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Man City Liverpool 2-2 draw. And yeah, we need to see more competition. I really want to see it. But overall, we have a very solid schedule coming up in the English Premier League. And overall, I just want to make sure that I am staying on top of this, so I will every single week. We'll see who moves up and who moves down and who moves anywhere else. So, welcome to Mr. Chan Rodriguez in the chat room. He has risen. Yes, he has. What's going on, brother? And happy Easter to you too, man, and your family. We are going to continue on with some world soccer. Moving over to La Liga. I don't know. I want to say a league that it hasn't really been that fun to watch this year because Barcelona hasn't been that good. It's kind of sad when Barca has a really bad year and they're still second place. They were like 5th a couple weeks ago. Like, they were not good. And, well, they're good now, kind of. Just kidding. It's, I don't know. They're behind by 12 points. Can they catch Real Madrid? I'm not sure. I don't think they will. Regardless, the league's basically over with in about a couple of weeks. That's it. So overall, I'm pretty sure Madrid has locked up the title, if I'm not mistaken. But overall, that is a little bit of La Liga. We're going to see Madrid probably take it, but Barca, we'll see. Barca, can they make a run? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. So, alright, moving forward in the Bundesliga. What do you call it? Munich, sorry about that, guys. Bayern Munich. They lead by 9 points. We only have a few weeks to go. think it's all but locked up. But good season, I guess. Barron will defeat Belfield yesterday 3-0. Just saying. Doesn't look like, today, doesn't look like they're going to be slowing down. It really doesn't look like they're slowing down whatsoever. So, Dortmund would win a huge victory yesterday versus Wolfsburg 6-1. But regardless, like I said, the deficit is big. Right now, Munich leads with 72, Dortmund is with 63. I just feel like overall, you guys, overall, we have a champion here. Darren says he's celebrating Easter by himself this year. So, oh man. Well, hey, brother, enjoy your day, and it's all good, man. Happy Easter, and it's all good, man. God is with you. God is with us all, man. So enjoy the day, man. And thank you for tuning in. So, City A. Let's just be real. I'm so freaking excited for this. Yes, I am. Why? Because Inter Milan actually has a chance to win this thing, but we gotta get over on our ugly rivals. Let me see. AC Milan has played out of their mind this year. As we know, Zlatan is a part of that team. This is a solid team, man. Both teams won on Friday. Inter Milan will defeat Spezia 3-1 on the road. AC Milan will defeat Genoa 2-0 at home. We have a few weeks to go. Oh my gosh. Can Inter Milan actually pull this off? I mean, Napoli's still kind of in this thing, but AC Milan has 71 points, Inter Milan has 69, and Napoli has 66. It's actually doable that Napoli can actually win this thing, but they gotta win out and hope Inter and AC kind of fall apart. All I'm saying is Forza Inter, man. This is gonna be awesome. I'm excited. Whoever wins it is what it is. I know it's the rivalry. But oh my gosh, man. This is gonna be a pretty exciting ending to this league here in City. Ligue 1, I believe. It's been done. PSG, I'm pretty sure they won already. 71 points, close to Marseille with 59. Yeah, there's really no reason to even go over it. So there you have it. And then, of course, that will conclude our soccer. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a great season in European soccer. But moving forward, that is, into the Americas. I guess we started with the Americas. But Liga MX, even though disgusted with what I saw weeks ago with one of their riots, still a great league, not the player's fault. And it's actually very competitive, man. UANL, Tigres, and Pachuca right now ahead of the top of the table, 32 and 32 points each. Puebla behind them with 26, Monterrey with 22, and that last with 22. Very, very competitive division, you guys. Once again, if you're a fan of soccer, you really want to enjoy Liga MX, man. Great soccer, and certainly very competitive game. So, with that said, you guys, we take ourselves one more quick break. And when we get back, we got plenty more sports to come. You're listening to The Defining Moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
What's happening, sports fans? Are you a fan of Southern California sports? Are you looking for a show hotter than a hot summer day in California? Then look no further than the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, where I talk about all things Southern California sports. That's right, all sports teams from Southern California. From the hard-hitting tackles of the NFL, to the killer crossovers and big three-pointers of the NBA and WNBA, to the grand slams of the MLB, to the bone-chilling goals of the NHL, and to the booming kicks of the MLS, the SoCal Supreme Sports Show has it all for you. Oh, and let us not forget about the college sports as well. So join me, Taryn Rodriguez, every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey there, sports fans. Are you looking for a sports show that maybe isn't 100% about sports?
Then you might want to check out the Sports Couple Perspectives right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Most sports shows cover only scores and stats, and while we're not opposed to that, we dig a little deeper into sports issues and some of the hottest topics in athletics.
In addition to sports, we take a journey through my neck of the woods, pop culture, with movie reviews of both sports and non-sports films.
Speaking of pop culture, make sure to participate in our game nights, where we quiz each other on our specialties, and you, the listeners, can win IE Sports Radio apparel.
We always have a great time learning more about each other's worlds, one show at a time.
So join us each week on the Sports Couple Perspectives, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, your direct feed for all that is sports. Well, as our usual time crunch it is. Ladies and gentlemen, last night, I just got to single out something. Taryn Rodriguez was in the house at UCI. Man, what a victory. Hawaii men's volleyball gets it done. They will win this thing, man. They are number one in the land. And I'll tell you, we are all but ready for this postseason. I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoy the sport of volleyball. Really exciting, very fast-paced. And if you guys have ever seen somebody actually serve a volleyball, you'd be amazed. And I mean, just saying, you wouldn't really want to be on the receiving end of that thing unless you're, a player yourself. So, certainly awesome stuff there. My boy, Taryn Rodriguez, was in the house last night. So, big ups to him. Big ups to Marcus Lowe's great, man. We talked about Ugas and Spence a little bit ago. Spence getting it done. Will we get Spence Crawford? I really hope so. If you want more college volleyball, tomorrow, tomorrow, my gosh, I'm like all over the place. Monday evening, catch Mr. Taryn Rodriguez for Set Point. How about that? How about that, y'all? So, I am very excited for that show tomorrow. Also, we have here a huge fight on board with, like I said, if we get Spence and Terrence Crawford. Marcus says, how can we have a defining moment without talking about Spence? Spence was amazing last night, man. TKO in the 10th round. Just solid stuff there. And I'm just really, really, really excited. And my apologies, I did not have that correctly. Terrence says, that's number 4. Hawaii is number 4. The other LA school not named USC is number 1. That's right, UCLA. So the tournament is very small, but it is very mighty in men's volleyball. And certainly looking forward to that. Last night we had the USFL get underway. And seriously, you guys, I was very impressed. Why? Because it wasn't this big blown out, wannabe extravaganza. No, it was football. It was football. Do you want to know the best way to enjoy football? To enjoy football. That's it. We don't need a fireworks show at the end of every freaking quarter. We don't need announcers journalists and what do you call them? Sideline reporters up in the faces of the players every time they come off the field. We don't need any of that. We need football. And honestly, last night, I'm looking at the the chat room, and that's right. Saren tagged me in something yesterday that was awesome. He says USC men's volleyball beat GCU twice last past weekend, and USC beats volleyball is killing it. We need to stay on it, fight on. But yes, Taryn, thank you for tagging me in yesterday, man. USC getting down. But overall, you guys, I can't wait for the rest of these games. We got 3 more games coming up today in the USFL. And damn it, it was good football. It was football. That's what I want. I want football. I don't need this flashiness. It was football. It was almost like watching the NFL. It's just not the NFL. Now we have a feeder league, as you heard Cecilia and I talking last night on the Sports Club Perspectives, or yesterday afternoon, that this can serve as a great feeder league. It really can. We hope it survives. It was a good game. Cecilia and I both enjoyed it. Today, coming up in just actually about 15 minutes, we have the Houston Gamblers taking on the Michigan Panthers. Then coming up later on today, we have the Philadelphia Stars taking on the New Orleans Breakers. And then coming up later on today, we have the Tampa Bay Bandits and the Pittsburgh Maulers. Overall, you guys, I hope this league survives. I really enjoyed the football that was yesterday. And you know what? We need that to stay. So, with that said, we're going to get on over to some hockey right quick. And just tell you guys that, we're not necessarily in the playoffs yet. But there are so many teams who have already clinched, of course. We have the eliminated teams. In the Atlantic, the Florida Panthers have dominated. 112 points, you guys. That's incredible. Then we have Toronto with 104. We have Tampa Bay with 100 and Boston with 97. They are all in from the Atlantic. Going over to the Metropolitan, we have here the Carolina Hurricanes, the Rangers, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. And then in the West, in the Central right now, we have Colorado and St. Louis still in the fight. Still in the fight for the Metropolitan. We have here Washington and the Islanders. In the West, the teams who are aboard, Colorado and St. Louis. Then we have Minnesota and Nashville and Dallas and Winnipeg still in this thing. In the Pacific, it's probably the most exciting thing to watch right now. Calgary is the only team that actually got in. We have Edmonton, the Kings, the Golden Knights, and Vancouver all fighting to get in. My Ducks were eliminated, blah. But anyway, overall, you guys, the NHL is going to be very fun to watch over the next couple of weeks. And I hope you enjoy this. I really do. I freaking hope you enjoy some great NHL action because, man, it is there and it is alive. So, with that said, you guys, and I said alive, not a lie. I realize it sounded like I said a lie right now. My apologies. But I will say, of course, big ups to our big, gigantic ups, that is, to a team that won it all a few weeks ago. I've got to say, man, I was not on air a couple of weeks back, last weekend, my apologies. But I do want to give them a proper congratulations, man. Ladies and gentlemen, how about this? The Denver Pioneers, yeah, they would defeat the Minnesota State 5-1 in the national championship of the Frozen Four. They actually would score all 5 of their goals in the freaking third period. That's insane, right? They win their 9th title in program history and their first since 2017. So how about that, you guys? So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time for a little segment I like to call Damn Son. Ladies and gentlemen, the NBA playoffs are underway, and the play-in tournament was a lot of fun. Every now and then, a team surprises us in the playoffs and late in the regular season. A team that makes you look at the rest of the teams, look back at that team, and say, "Oh my gosh! Damn, son!" Ladies and gentlemen, the Atlanta Hawks have played out of their mind in the last couple of weeks. They dominated in the play-in tournament. And ladies and gentlemen, here to help me talk about those Atlanta Hawks, he is host of the Peak Sports Talk here on IE Sports Radio. He's going on live, actually, in about 10 minutes. My boy Marcus Vitali, the voice of Atlanta. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, Larry? Thank you for having me on the show today, man.
Hey, brother, it is great to have you. The music is bumping, man. I know you can't hear it, but we got the damn son music playing right now. This is your segment, brother. How about these freaking Hawks?
Hey, brother, you know, I've been on my show a bunch of times saying, man, when they get hot, they get hot. And they are right now the hottest team in the NBA. Not just the Eastern Conference, but the NBA. Trae Young is playing out of his mind. And, you know, a lot of people are listening. I also want to talk about Kevin Huerter, man. I've been saying on my show week in and week out, that man is flying under the radar, but he is playing better ball than a lot of the shooting guards out in the NBA right now. So you got to watch that. This team is hot, and they are flying under the radar. I know yesterday I had some people talk about, they were talking about how, they're going up against the Miami Heat. But hold on. Last year, the same exact thing. Nobody expects the Hawks to get the Eastern Conference Finals. And look what they did, man. When Trae gets hot, Trae gets hot. And I have to say, man, I don't know about you, how you agree on this, Larry, or not, but the man has to be up for at least an MVP consideration.
Yes.
I don't know what. So.
No, I agree, brother. This team has been out of their mind. He has balled out. This team would make it happen on Wednesday night. You guys knock off a very young, strong Hornets team, 132-103. It's like they weren't even on the court for half the game, man. You guys really took control of that game. And then the Cavs, another team that was fighting and scratching and clawing to get in, they knocked them off 107-101 on Friday yesterday. And oh my gosh, you guys. Sunday. Good old Sunday. Here we are. We're an hour away. We're taking on the Heat. Marcus, tell us, brother, what should we expect in this first round?
I'm going to tell you right now, Larry. They are 100% going to come in hot. They're on a hot streak right now. Trae's just going Trae Young. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of team ball being played. It's not just, hey man, look at some of these teams. Look at the Lakers, and I hate to do this to my Western friends out here, but the Lakers stacked up. The Lakers stacked up on, you know, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and they're not even in the playoffs this year. But when you have a team game like the Hawks are playing, a team game, man, you have those fitting strategy pieces, man. That brings the team together. And right now, Trae, you cannot pull Trae off. Trae is going in there with so much confidence, and it seems like no matter where he is, college, high school, in the NBA, the playoffs are his thing, man. So when we go into Miami today, you can quote me on this. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll come back on the air next week and say I was wrong. But the Hawks win today over the Heat, 109-104.
Brother, that would be incredible. Terrence says the Pelicans should have been the damn son. They started 1-12 this year. That's incredible. I didn't even know that. But I've been so out of the loop, man. Planning a wedding is unreal. Marcus, are you married yet, Marcus?
Not yet. June 17th this year, brother.
June 17th. Okay, as you know, Cecilia and I are with under a month to go now on May 15th.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys are, freaking out at the moment, but we are planning more. Dude, I feel like a Pez dispenser with money. It's like every moment I get money, it's like, oh, bloop, bloop, bloop. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
It is crazy. So, yeah, I've been out of the loop. I do my best to stay in the loop with sports every week, but between work right now and this wedding, oh my gosh, it's not easy.
Crazy.
Yeah, yes.
Absolutely great. I hear you, brother.
But
every day I'm like thinking to myself, man, we got to get this ready. We got to get this ready. It's almost here. So, Absolutely. I feel you on that one, Larry.
Exactly, brother. Well, congratulations to you and your fiance, man. And yeah, Taryn, I agree, man. 1-12, that is pretty impressive for the Pelicans. But I guess, dude, the Hawks have played well. That's what I've seen right now. The Hawks play well. So he says he don't think they'll survive against the Heat. You know what? Now, with the way they've been playing, I think they can survive against pretty much anybody. They look good. They look good. So, with that said, Marcus, you got to get on out, brother. You have just about 5 minutes, actually about 6, because I got to do my outro right now. So, take about 2 minutes before you go live. But, brother, thank you so much for being on today's show, man. Have a great show. I'll be tuning in the chat room. Happy Easter to you and your family. Congratulations to you and your fiance, man. And we are just going to continue this party on Easter on IE Sports Radio.
Thanks, Larry, and congratulations to you and your fiance. And guys, you're listening to the best right now, and I'm not just sucking up. You're listening to the best, so just remember that. Thank you, Larry, for having me on your show.
Hey, brother, thank you so much for being here today, man, and I much appreciate it, brother. You take care, man. God bless you and your family. Have a wonderful Easter, man, and we'll talk soon.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Take care, brother. Anytime. All right, y'all. That right there was a little bit of fun with my boy Marcus Vitali, the voice of Atlanta. La Bull, if you will. Of course, that was the name of a very famous salsa artist, Hector Lavoe. But, just saying, the voice. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to cue the music, because we're out of here! Man, that was a fun one. Well, the rest of the NBA playoffs look a little something like this. Yesterday, the Jazz will knock off the Mavs 99-3 in the first round, or in game one. Yeah, I think it's going to be a Jazz type of deal, but those Mavericks, man, I don't know. That's hard. That's a very hard one right there. That's a 4 and a 5. Those are always the best, aren't they? So close together. Timberwolves and Grizzlies, oh my goodness, the Timberwolves just made it happen yesterday over the Grizzlies on the road. 130-117. Give me the Timberwolves in that one. I'm sorry, the Memphis Grizzlies, I'm sorry. It was a good game. I don't know, I just kind of felt the Grizzlies would win this thing, though. I mean, they're the number 2 seed. So, 76ers and the Raptors. Yeah, that was a fun one. Of course, we have, another 4 and 5 seed going at it. But the 76ers getting the utmost best out of the Raptors. 131-111. Give me the Sixers in that one. Terrence says here, Jazz, Mavs going 6, maybe 7. Yeah, I could definitely see that there. And then, of course, the Warriors and Nuggets got into a little scuffle last night, much like Ugas and Spence. Just kidding. Nothing like that, but it was a good one. And then the Warriors just kind of left the Nuggets. That was really it. 123-107. How about that, man? Overall, great performance from the Warriors. When you expect anything less. 3 seed going up against the 6 seed there. And then, of course, today. And give me the Warriors in that one, by the way. Next up, today, we have the Hawks and the Heat going head-to-head. I mean, man, the Hawks are solid. It's hard to say that they will knock off the Heat. If I'm going to have an upset, you guys, I think this might be it. Call me dumb and stupid and crazy, whatever you want to if the Hawks lose, but damn, man, the Hawks are playing with so much heart, man. But, yeah. So, next up, oh, haha, Taryn. You should have been here a couple years ago when you weren't here on IE Sports Radio, how much volleyball I would talk and how in the loop I was. But yeah, I talked a little bit of volleyball. I talked a little bit of everything. My goodness. It's just so much to pack everything in an hour. It was way more when I would go into depth and everything in a 3-hour show, but not doing that anymore. But overall, very funny, Taryn. But thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Next up we have Nets and Celtics coming up today as well. Man, I gotta go with the Celtics, even though I don't want to, but I feel like they'll get the better of the Nets. The Bulls and the Bucks, that's a tough one. I thought that one might be like 6 or 7 games, man. That's gonna be solid, but give me the Bucks. And the Pelicans and the Suns, I did not know that they were 1-12 to start the season. Regardless, I don't think they're gonna go any farther than the Suns in this one, because the Suns are dominant, man. But with that said, you guys, that is going to do it for our show here today. My boy Taryn in the chat, man. Thank you, brother, for being here. Mr. Davidson Crooks, Marcus Lowe's great, also in the chat. We appreciate you guys also very much. You're amazing. Happy Easter. Once again, remember the reason for the season, you guys. Remember, oh, my boy, man. My boy, Taryn, hey, you always do a great job. If you want more volleyball, you guys, trust me, the greatest volleyball show on the freaking, in the universe, because even if there is volleyball on other planets, Taryn is better than them, I'm sorry. Tomorrow, Set Point, check him out, man. Monday evenings, you don't want to miss it. I'm excited, man. The tournament's about to start. Beach volleyball, the NVA. Yeah, NVA. Ladies and gentlemen, lots of great stuff coming up here. Happy Easter. This is me, your boy Larry B, signing off. I will see y'all next week. Remember the reason for the season, y'all. He has risen. We'll see y'all next week. Take care. And as always, God bless.